mech destroyed. Primary objective successful. Proceed to dust-off zone for extraction. Sensors indicate friendly dropship has entered atmosphere. ETA dropship 1 minute. Shutdown sequence initiated.
How about now? Well, okay then. So here we are in Innsbruck. I'm flying outside of the United States for one. We are here on the East US server. There were people, there is still some people here. So yeah, we're flying the Cessna 140 from Airplane Heaven. It recently got a couple of updates. One was an update, one was a hotfix. That showed up last night. I still don't know if there's the cloaking device or not. They seem to think that there isn't one, but I'm hoping to prove them wrong, because the last time I took it out on Murphy Stream, they were visible. Other 140, everybody else, but not. So, but we're gonna fly here from Innsbruck. We're gonna fly through the mountain, low and slow as best we can, and we're gonna end up at a military airfield out the Red Bull ring. Used to be the A1 ring. Used to be the Österreich way back in the day, so a very well-known, well-established F1 racing circuit. Okay. I'm showing the closed captioning button on my... Yeah. Caption should be captions available on the player. I am on scattered clouds because the last I checked, the live weather is kind of So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get started because, well, technical issues aside, let's get fixtures and throttle and drag. Master on. Well, if it isn't one thing, it's a freaking another, isn't it? No loose wires because it's only one wire and it hasn't moved. How about now? Is that even better? Prime and network. One thing. That any better? All right. Well, again, while we're still here, we're just gonna fill up on fuel. Might as well. So yeah, we're in the Cessna 140. Beautiful little airplane. Predecessor to the Cessna 150 and 152 series. The 120 was the predecessor to this. It was a little smaller. Didn't have this window back here. And if I recall, not as much baggage. Similar in design, but the 140 was definitely a step towards being like a 152, if a bit slower. How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? I don't know how much wood a woodchuck could chuck. Viper, yes, that is in fact true. They listened to consumer feedback and ditched the G1000, which in my opinion was very, very much out of place. We don't need nav lights on, taxi lights on. Okay, so taxi lights illuminate the cabin. That's good to know. If I turn on the avionics master, oh, they didn't switch that. So if we hit that button, aha! We have realistic radios that you would find in the Cessna 140 because the G1000 system's worth about as much as one of these airplanes. So it wouldn't make sense to put one in. But now we have the Garmin GNS 430 an S something or other autopilot and a transponder. Would you like it? I'm good. Okay, so those are on. Don't have to worry about gear. We're going to set our radio to standard Unicom at back up, and we're gonna get this party started because, well, doggone it, got places to go, things to do. Turn that on screen. So we know that we're not gonna run into them. So parking brake off. On landing, no. So I've been flying around a little bit, and it's not as bouncy on landing. The cockpit sounds still sound like they were recorded off a GoPro. Kind of. Nice little holiday. Well, congratulations on the holiday. Glad to see you back. Things are now starting to actually go. Had some technical issues. But we seem to be good to go now. Got a nice 172 on float. Awesome, Jefferson. Can't wait to see what you're working on next. You always do phenomenal work, so it's really good. Yeah. So we're going to find a taxiway that's about midfield because we don't need all the runway. We're the puddle jumper. Airlock dock is in. I don't think it was. If it was, it got taken down. But I don't think it was. I think the only marketplace it was, other than the airplane having sight, was Ross Taxi Pavement. How the heck would we're gonna make our own. Brick, you need a midfield taxi. I was gonna buy that in the 170. 170 is great. We'll be flying that Thursday, actually. A couple of tweaks here and there, but all otherwise it's phenomenal. The 140 is nice. I try to buy most stuff outside of the marketplace because it gives especially if I can buy directly from a developer's website, that gives them more of a cut. Microsoft takes their cut, but when you buy from the store or Sim Market or Just Flight, they get their cut. But whenever possible, I try to buy directly from the developer. I think it's better for helping promote their development or stuff. All right, up and away. Early, it's after all. The woodpecker through the trees. That's hilarious. That's absolutely hilarious. I love Google Translate. Cracks me up. So yeah, if you're in a 172, you're going to be way faster. Got the performance of just under a 150. Just a heads up. Oh, interesting. The Cessna 140, it's a beautiful airplane. Basically an ultralight. I think it would classify in light sport category, according to the FAA. But it's superb for the low and slow, but still having closed cockpit. Yeah, so trim wheel definitely WD-40. There's no artificial horizon gauge in here at all. Extra fun. But it's a nice little airplane. I'm so glad that they updated it, fixed a few things, radios, because I know I've been fairly vocal on my opinion on them putting the E1000 actually. It might come across as I'm against modern radios and classic plane, and I'm not. I'm definitely not. It makes total sense because to legally fly, you need a certain style of radio, and I think the nav lights are the nav lights are placed wrong. That's awkward. Wow. Yeah, nav lights are they're there, supposed to be there. The back one's a little off, but not bad. But I'm not against modern radios and classic planes. You need a certain type of radio equipment to legally fly, at least in the United States, and I'd imagine different over in Europe. But the G1000 just didn't make any sense, and I'm very glad that they listened to feedback and put radios that make sense. Oh geez, airlock, that'd be crap. Yeah. Yeah, I agree wholeheartedly. Because honestly, I said from the beginning, something like this would make much more sense. I was going with the Bendix stuff, like you see in the 152. Granted, that didn't have an autopilot, but you know, this stuff I'm happy with because this makes sense. These would be the radios that make sense to have in kind of airplane. P1000 just so out of place. The audio panel literally overhung here, and it just filled up too much space. It didn't make any sense. You lost your glove compartment. It just so. I'm glad that they listened to feedback and just. It's not GPS. It's not GPS. It's G1000. This is the G1000 did not make sense in the airplane. Hey, Smurfy, how you doing? Oh, GPS in an original J3 Piper Cub would still make sense. Whether it be on an iPad, a little handheld device, it makes sense. Just wouldn't put a glass cockpit in the original J3 Cub. It's. I'm not against modern radios or GPS in classic. I'm not against it at all. It makes sense to have that equipment. But it doesn't make sense to put avionics suite in an airplane that costs about as much as the avionics itself. Perfect. We are in the aeroplane heavens. Cessna 140. Recently updated. Thusly recent hotfix. And they still need a couple of hotfixes. Got frozen in the 170. So, another thing that they had changed was the ability to change your landing type. So they have a click spot down here. You click it once. Now I don't have any wheel pan. Very. Click it again. Boom, under tires. Click it again. Back to wheel pans. And they actually included a float plane version, not an amphibian, a straight float. There are no glass around aisles. That's very true, Reese. And honestly, those would make more sense. But even to that end, you're talking about the cost of the avionics if they were to get them installed versus the overall cost of the aircraft. P1000 suite wouldn't make sense. Something like that would, because it would still fit the aesthetic better. I never did go through the chat, and I apologize. I'm going to go through that now. Wayland's here. Good to see you. Kozaki Fire is here. Awesome. Viper Strike's here with the host. Thanks. Stone also here. Red Dragon is here. Good to see you. First in a while. Glad to get back. Scorpio 49's here. Martin 2. Shuffle Shoes is here. Abnormal 34 is here. Goblin. That says hello to everybody here. Sorry for correct airlock docs. The click spot down here. So right at the edge of this door trim. I click that. Click it once to get rid of the wheel fairing. Click it again. Under tires. Technicals here, good to see you. We'll keep an eye in the sky for you. And I click it again, you get the wheel fairing back. You're not wrong. Again, I'm not against modern radios in classic plane. I'm not against it. But a G1000, this just doesn't make sense. This makes sense. Whoosh Blamos here, good to see you. Hope you're well. Murphy, no. That's just here for when I race. And I'm lazy and don't feel like taking it down every. I have my X55, so I've got the throttle over here and the joystick over here. Yeah, I kind of agree, Sherlock. I'm sure they will fix it when. That's the $1 million question. We're gonna give now the problem is I don't know that there is a button to activate autopilot. I have not read through the documentation, so got the F. X. What's wrong with the 170? It's a little too bouncy on landing. It does have the sound bug. Honestly, those are the two biggest issues that I know of. No, the alternator, well, yeah, that. They fixed that in the 140. Although if you're using like a SciTech panel, it's kind of no big deal. Or Alt-A, so left Alt-A will activate the alternator. Got the picture wrong. Already in front of some quick. Roger that, Kazaki. See, back in the early days of this, I was going to do a proper run-up for 172, and I'm looking all over. It's like, where's the carby? Where's the carby? Where's the carby? Not realizing it's still ejected. Air's frozen. So once we get to this next valley, we're going to make a right-hand turn. So right where this intersection of rivers are, right. Have a good altitude hold, autopilot. Yeah, the Austrian Alps are beautiful. The hills are alive with the sound of 100 lowlets. Whoops. But yeah, I don't often fly in Europe as much as I used to. So I figured what better way to get back into Europe and fly into the Alps, and we're going to check out the Red Bull rig. I am in the early stages of planning a big Euro trip that involves tying into iRacing. All the lights are shifted. So we're going to do a right turn up here. Used to buddies. Look at that. Nice thing about this area, something happens to the engine, there's plenty of places to put down. No shortage of that. Later in the flight, that's not going to be precisely true. At some point, I don't think they completely fixed the electric bug. transponders. Oh, transponder's out. That's a good thing we don't need the radios. Yeah, there's a couple of... that's a good question. I don't know. Good evening, last thing. Roger that, Goblin. No, I've got that. They fixed that bug in the 140 Kozaki. Supposedly. If I hit all A, it turns everything off, so it's just going on the battery right now. So the voltmeter actually indicates the alternator is running. Just not sure what's going on. Austin Johnson subscribing at tier 2 for a 9-month streak. Allison, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Hope work is killing you. Many thanks for the sub. Sub, I should say. Very awesome. What's the difference between turn quarter and a turn indicator? Well, the turn slip indicator is this guy. Ooh, pinched nerve in the back. That's good. This is the turn bank indicator. This is the coordinator. Yeah. There's no artificial horizon. Look at that. And a little bit of Alps. The Alps are so beautiful. There's Whoosh Blammo and looks like the L9 with floats. The S segment, no, there's no master. Well, the AP didn't seem to work regardless. Technical and Scorpio 49 behind. Got frozen off on wing. Wayland and Viper are out that way. Want to always clean to kind of be. You don't want to fly down the dead center of the valley like that. You want to be able to turn around if. At the 48 CD, I said, yes. That's probably what I forgot. See if it works here in a second. No, it ain't working. Nope, it ain't working. Yeah, so I feel like they just didn't connect something, or they made it reliant on an AP master. I don't know, but it ain't working. It's definitely more stylish. I'll give it that. Yes, I do, Airlock. I always make the flight plans available on Discord. Zip file. When I'm doing flights like these, I rarely just go direct. Unless I'm something that can easily be capable of going over the mountains, I'd rather fly through them. Or, well, not through them. Between them. That's a much more seat that way. Nice, Smurfy. It's usually in either the Colonel Fork live streams section, and it says flight plan. It's usually right after my image, or on my own Discord on the going live section, kind of the same thing. The cozy little field, how about that? Yeah. What I really like about the 140 is it's the epitome of low and slow, but still looking nice and closed, two-place airplane. You're not going to be in a hurry in it, so you're going to have plenty of time to look at. See the power lines. I do have the We Love VFR mod installed and active, and it really doesn't add much per se, but it adds little fine details like power line, smokestacks, that sort of thing. So it really kind of adds, small thing, but it adds so much. fly around terrain a little bit. That'd be cool to see, Smurfy. Good evening, Kingsman. How you doing? Oh, I can. Ah. Oh, huzzah! Ooh. Got technical. Got a bit of a dam right here. Natural. Boat plane down there. I think that's a 72. Oh, there they are. There's the thunderflies. Careful of that mountain. So, fun story. The other night, I ended up kind of following the thunderfly, a couple of the thunderflies up in Canada after they did a stream teaser. Got into a bit of a dogfight with HCBR in an MB339. I'm in an F-16, so I had an unfair advantage, but it was fun. Look at that. Just look at that. Pardon me. They actually see them in the MB339 for me. I don't know what it is, but lately they've shown up as the generic citation, and it's been kind of disappointing because I have it installed, I have everything clearly I have everything installed, but it just wouldn't want to show it as the right thing. Weird. Good evening, Scotland Comet Project. Long time no see. How you doing, my friend? Glad to see you. Flying here in the Alps. A nice little snow peak. Here's the buzz. There they are. Look it up. HCBR 1100, Dennis G, Masonic Lakes, Steve Solo UK, and Martin are in. Nicely done. Got next cub. Okay. Hey, look. Druid. I see Noel K's name, which is Flamo. Scorpio. Arbor Shed is there. Technical, Kozaki, Viper. Of course, for Rosen, as we're getting way off, I probably switch my tank. That's it. Quarters. I'm kind of bad at that. I really had to stop watching you guys in the plane. I like to say, I like to encourage my friend. Not always for the right thing. Uh-oh. Here goes Flight Sim. Oh, there it went. Well. Hey, there you go, airlock. The stream's still good. Just gotta reload. Just gotta reload. Right. ID. It's random, so it's 50-50 at this. Sometimes it doesn't. Like I flew for 2.5 hours last night. Captain Steppy. 2.5 hours straight, and it was fine. We have one seat. I've recently it's been about at least one seat per stream. I'm at least like to. Yeah, gotta watch out for the mountains there, Goblin. I flew. Yeah, it's 6-1, half dozen the other. It just depends on how it's feeling. Weird. Really no rhyme or why it does it. Yeah, Smurfy, I had a sim crash. We'll see, 6 knots. I can only hope. I think there's a part of it that's the AMD drivers. There's a part of it that flight sim. The fact that they're developing only on NVIDIA cars and not really optimizing, which I honestly think is a foolish thing to do. That's putting all your eggs in a basket. No worries, Smurfy. It happens. I'm not fussed. Ain't my first rodeo. There too. I have the AMD RX 5600X. Now, I used to get upset at the CTDs a lot, but it's wearing on my mental health too much. But it's gonna happen. No sensing bust over. Hey, Captain Seppi, how you doing, my friend? 6 knots. Yes, the Xbox is AMD. The irony is real. No sense in letting a piece of software affect my mental health. Isn't worth it. Oh. Try to open it. Just clip your nails. We're having a lovely day flying here in the Alps. Now, another problem with the autopilot is if you select heading mode, how are you going to select the heading? There's no way to select it. I currently have the problem with the AMD cards is just there's something between the drivers and the sim that just don't get along all the time. Honestly, if you're able to, I would almost say get an NVIDIA card, but I really wish that Microsoft and Adobe would invest some development in AMD optimization. I honestly believe that there's a little bit of blame for both sides of the story for making one work with the other. There's so many variables that there's no way to tell what's actually causing it, which is the big frustration. If there were an error log that said this is what caused the crash, or this is what the sim was doing when it crashed, it'd be so much easier to figure out, okay, well, we can look into this. Right now, it's a simple guessing game. We have no idea what's causing it. Fuck. Thrust master, no. This is not connected in any way to the sim. It's just there because I do racing on Saturdays, and I'm lazy, so it just stays there. I have a HOTAS set up off to either side of it. Well, if it's writing code for something you enjoy, that's good. At least you can watch Captain Seppi. Yeah. Lotus 26, 550. Wow. So we will be landing at LOWI-LOWZ. And I will reload so that I can load the next leg of the flight. At the munchies, they put in the shot. That down. That. That's. This area, Austria is such a beautiful country. Not gonna straight up, we find some different. Awesome, good. You know what what cars and tracks are gonna be running? Roger that, Kostaki. There goes. Yeah, Smurfy. I at this point, GPUs are like gold. Hold on to it if you can. Like, I'd love to get a new GPU, probably like a 3070 or something, just to start avoiding some issues. And if I had enough parts, I probably would start putting myself together a new PC just for the fact that just for something to kind of eliminate a lot of issues that come along with the single PC kind of struggle. Like to program, how you doing? I think I saw your message earlier. I didn't know if I responded. Sorry. I know I saw it. I just saw the game file. The person sent me. Roger that. I didn't get the mod specifically in that video because the Japanese hill climb wasn't my jam. I did get the BTC mod. I have some not Formula One cars because copyright. When it comes to Assetto Corsa, the original, I really have been enjoying the Praga. It's a small prototype car. I think they classify it as a wheeler. Fun car to drive. That thing's got some nice speed, but once you're up against a PT3 car, they're so much bigger. 370 is great, that's why I use. Yeah, Allie, 100%. There you go. Yeah. Poor MB339, there's no way one could stay. That thing lands or stalls at like 80 knots, which is the thing's max. There you go. I haven't messed with any of the career mode in either AC or AC. Coming down in some places. Oh, this. Those guys get better and better all the time. Oh, what does Video Blue have to say? Yeah, that's basically good one. Yeah, absolutely. AC or Assetto Corsa is great. I do have all the DLC for it. I caught it on a heck of a deal. Bring a steep sale. But yeah, no, AC is good. There's a lot of different mods and stuff that you can download for it from Race Department. Yeah, I think AC is plenty good. No racing expert, but what a lag. Yeah. Well, hopefully the costs will continue to go down where they should be. It's kind of a perfect storm between crypto miners and everybody wanting to build a new computer because they're stuck at home. Perfect storm. We're just trying to recover from it. Sure is, Kingsman. Sure is. Plenty of places to put down if you eat. The 140 is also, should I fire it up? Roger that, airlock. I'm actually genuinely curious as to whether or not the bulking device bug is gone. Yeah. Totally. Honey, I hope it's killed. I could do, but only. Well, that doesn't. If you don't have the plane, you're of course going to see him as a generic. It's whether or not two 140s can see each other, because when I first took it out, when Murph was flying over in Mexico, Cancun, that area, he was in a 140, I was in a 140, but we couldn't see each other. His 140 and my 140, or his 140 to me had a cloaking, whereas my 140 to him had a cloaking, as in visible. You can see the lights, you can see the name tag, you can see it was a 140, but you couldn't see the plane itself. Yeah, Doc. Make you duck every time. Yeah, so if you don't have it, you're going to see a generic Bonanza. That's normal. But if you have the plane, it's whether I can see somebody else 40. That's the question. Gentlemen, loan property flying session last week. Yeah. We're in Southwest Michigan. Flew from South Haven, around South Haven, the I-94 corridor. Was right about there. There's the airport. We're going to swing around and around this way. Got it. The GoPro. Question is, do we land on gaming guitarist 81 with the follow? Many thanks. Wonderful. Heard the sound. Got the chat notification. Okay. Red Dragon's spooning around. Good afternoon, gaming guitarist. How are you? You're having a good day. Happy day. There's the Thunderflies. I feel like they're going to do the break and then realize that I wasn't even close to the runway. I'm doing all right. Coming in for our first stop of the evening here at ZLMZ in Austria, Alps. Clearly don't have the wonderful Corbex. Basic tier 3. That's everybody down. You have a good one, Waylon. Happy to have you along. Glad you enjoyed it. Look at that 170. All right. Cut off. And we eggs. See if anybody's coming in. Thunderflies. I don't know. Thunderflies can surprise. See? Break. A taxiway option. Grass. It does appear that there's a nice grass runway. You can see spider. Not gonna lie, it would be neat to have the nice Orbix, but not there. Right. New, I'm going to the old simulator. No. Not going to restart the sim. We're just going to load in the next leg of the flight plan. That'll. Yes. See what live is like. On the here we are at kind of cloudy, but we still see. Not from. All right, browse correct. Up. That's those on weird. The lights are very off. Not where they should be. I get the feeling that the field's not quite as lumpy. Or, well, not lumpy, uneven. Your life. But it sure is default. Army color. Oh, coming. Popping a wheelie. Fire RAF is in the house. Good to see you. How you doing? Well. Okay. Art just hit a landing. And if anybody knows how to land a jet in a tight spot, it's Thunderflies. I'm doing okay, Spitfire. Coming along. I might as well get going because I'm going nowhere fast. Wave to the Thunderflies as I take off. There you go. Question is, where do you want to fly the fish? Ah, I make a joke. I make funny jokes. Oh yeah, that's probably not gonna. Oh, the lights are off. Off place. Hey, Joey Bolo, how you doing, dude? We're taking the low and slow here in Austria. The slightly bugged out 140 from Aeroplane Heaven. Yeah, see, the spot here, that's a little spotlight. Awesome here, dude. Oh, you Aeroplane Heaven. There you go. Well, hopefully I have some good vibes to lend you. We're definitely not doing anything extreme or fast-paced. We're definitely the low, slow, and stay cool and chill at the same time. So kind of blended together. Give me an igloo or a yeti, and I'll fly them where. But if it's a flying fish, it can fly itself. So we're definitely not stuck on the live weather. Just wanted to see what it was like. If it gets too bad, definitely gonna be like, gonna. Like I'm in a headwind. Yeah, ground speed 55 knots. We got a headwind. We got a headwind. Well, maybe it's not a headwind. Definitely not exactly looking at it. Battery's dead. Yeah, you need to use Alt-A to activate the alternator while the plane's running. Otherwise, it will kill the battery. It's a bug in the 170. Somebody needs to put some WD-40 on that trim wing. There we go, our ground speed going up. We hit 72 knots. At my It's still scenicking, even if there's a very thick cloud layer. It's still beautiful. No matter how you slice it. Ground speed's going up. Help us navigate the terrain. So red's anything that we're gonna hit. Hills are alive. Burn. Yeah, Goblin, it's the alternator bug. So when you reload, you get the airplane started, hit Alt-A, and you should be fine. Bouncy. Getting bouncy on live one. Mountains are still pretty. I'm on an L-night. Becky, Kings, Arborchetta, Thunderfly, Technical, Noel, Mart, Dennis. Right now it's on live. Dragon. Murph's either in VR or fell asleep. Don't blame him either way. Oh, we can see the edge of the weather right there. I had to fly through a little bit of rain. Be a good test to see if they fixed the rain effects. Yep. The rain coming. Sure. It's certainly interesting, King. There's Dennis G. Yep. So they did fix the rain effects. That's good. A little bit of light rain. It's so I have plenty of visibility so we can see the epicness that is the mountain. You can still see the ground. I was watching Flying Fabio earlier, and he landed in from Daytona to Charlotte, North Carolina. Daytona Beach, Florida. To Charlotte, North Carolina in the CRJ. And he landed in Charlotte just before the weather started. It was so cool to see the timing and the weather just been right after he parked at the gate. It was pretty neat, just timing. Epic. Epic fly. You can definitely see the weather's breaking. Just a question, where's the weather going? Determined by the wind. So it looks like the wind is heading, got about a 3 or 3 knot headwind. So it definitely is slowly moving that way, depending on winds aloft. But so far we're doing just fine in the valley. Worry about terrain. Awesome, Goblin. Trying to run with minimal electrics. Wait. still epic. I would be lying if I said that I didn't have at least a little bit of envy of those that live in this area and can fly, because this so. If I lived in an area like this, I'd fly as often as I could. I'd practically live in the air if I could. Cross. Cross that. Work. Left work. Right. I'm in reverse air support out there. Hey, no worries. Gliders are easier, I bet. I have no doubt about that. Waypoint 3 is right there. Cutting it short a little bit. Much. Here's Whammo in the L19. No worries. I'm not even going fast. If you get in a 172, you'll easily catch up. This thing is not known for setting speed records. Trim's good. He's okay. On the 430 for our terrain. Fine. Roger that. Classic 170. Team gauge, best gauge. This is incredible. Come on, flights. No worries, Kozaki. No worries at all. Way down in the valley, I not sing. My poor me, all loaded. Somewhere with that, but I don't know. 7 o'clock, 7,500 feet. Roger. Heavy right. Kingsman in the Islander. Kozaki in the right valley. Wishbone, weird map trying to. Huh. That's odd. Model matching in flight seems so weird. It's so bugged out. And honestly, it was fine until I think World Update 4, and then it was just broken. On several, they fixed some of the bugs, but it's still just broken. Not, it's never been the same. Before World Update 4, it was grand, great. Hey, the Thunderbus. Oh, it didn't quite look like the Thunderbus. But yeah, ever since World Update 4, the model matching, the livery matching, been so broken. Let's see, we can see the weather clearing up. Looks good. Must have. Yeah. The only problem with flying the way the Thunderflies do is tight corridor, the tight strengths of the brain. Makes things a little extra interesting. I'm extremely nice, favorite. So we'll definitely see if HCVR flies anybody into the ground. Thunderbus, owned by RDY. Ready. Sonic Lake. Mart. Solo. That's so cool. That DC-6. Oh. DC-6 is amazing. Such a cool airplane. I gotta grab it. Gotta wait for the next flyby, see if I can grab a stop. Still not too off. Right on. go. Ah! That's so cool! Yes, he gets so slow, his takeoff speed's higher than my top speed. Oh, that's so cool. Weather seems to be breaking up a little bit. So many valleys to explore. It's crazy. Crazy, I know. I'm not as good at first walking. Ah. Dayton, Mark, Noah, Kingsman coming in, Island, Becky, go. Careful of them mountains, Kingsman. Red Dragon on the head. Down. Such a beautiful area. Absolutely. It's incredible. Really. Okay, so make it right. Can't wait to see new liveries for this and the 170. So much potential. More hamster in the 170. Nice choice, man. See, now you can see some of the design cues different. Like there's the tail doesn't just chop off like it does on the 140. On the 170, it kind of curves up. It blends together. It's a bit more aerodynamic. The window here, a bit more squared off, and you actually have back seats. Doors are bigger. You also get the choice of wheel fairing and a 100 tire version. Coming Thunderbus. That's so cool. Even if it's not showing in the Thunderbus livery. Oh, uh-oh. So cool. I only wish it was in the showing as the Thunderfly livery. Yeah, that's a bug. That's a bug. I have a feeling that if Aeroplane Heaven happened to be watching or catch a few of this, I could definitely give them a list of things that still need a little work. I really like the airplane. It's just, there's a couple of bugs. There's still a couple of bugs. And they're working to fix it. I won't fault them for that. There's incredible. Yeah. Bugs check in. Don't check out. Ooh. It's just incredible. Being able to share it with all you, absolutely incredible. Oh, there was a time where I dreamt flight sim, and I think we've all had that thought at one time or another. Actually see it happen. That looks like he's. Here's a question. What's the aircraft registration format in? I should probably. Oh, that's low. You're having a laugh. Good. I'll get it fixed. You almost have a nice progression going because you have the 140 here, then you go up in power and you have the 170. Go up in power again and changing landing configuration. Got the 2. L19, just a variation of 7. This now that's a family assessment if I ever seen. Shot. From old to modern. Not old, classic. Classic. I would love to see, honestly, I would love to see a classic 172 without the back window, square tail. That would be a nice lineage of Cessna. Because that happened in the late 50s. We should probably go right a little bit. So, you can kind of tell the vintage of a Cessna by nothing more than the tail, really. If you have to look for one thing, it's the tail. So, like here on the 140, it's just straight, straight back, and then there's the tail. On the 170, it's still a rounded tail, but it blends in. Then in the mid to late 50s, they had a more squared off tail. So it was fairly similar to this, but squared off, as opposed to round. Then, in 1960, they kind of transitioned to more of this style of a tail, where it's swept back. And they've stuck with it to the day. Just more of a stable kind of aerodynamic profile, because you still get the stability, but you have less drag. Now, whereas this is practically a Hershey bar in a lot of ways, with a rounded tip. It's a much thicker profile airfoil, but it's very straight, so it doesn't have the allowance of less drag outboard of flaps. And the 170 used to have a similar style wing to this, the 170, like the 170A. Then when they developed the L19, took the wing off the L19, slapped it on the 170, they called it the 170B, and that's realistically the same wing kind that they're using today. You tell I like Cessnas. I read a lot about them. But it's just fun. It's like airplane spotting has been something that I did with my grandpa for as long as I could go to an air show and be like, oh, what's that? What's that? Have a guess. For the longest time, he'd always win. And if I was started to get to the point, it's like, no, this. And I was right. I miss my grandpa. Good guy. But now I get to share my passion of aviation that I got from him. I get to share it with all of you, and it's incredibly heartwarming. Steer in. Sky. Two Thunderbusts. You have a good one, Shuffle Shoes. Thanks for coming along. Greatly appreciate it. A lot. Catch you next time. True. Now, that's... Now, I grew up with Cessna. I've always just loved the design. Back in the aircraft era of aircraft like 140, you had things like Luscombe, Winston, even Piper had a side-by-side. They all looked fairly similar, but they always had subtle details that kind of set them up. And the old Cessna they made it as a company. They just made it. They did something and it clicked and worked. There's my radios again. So this. So the 140 still has a bit of an electric gremlin somewhere. Not sure what's causing that. I'm definitely going to, once the stream is over, I'm going to take a link to the VOD, the video on demand, and I'm going to put it on their Facebook page or send them a message with it. Say, I've encountered a bunch of issues, with the plane. Check them out on there. Give them a couple of footnotes. But I love this little airplane. I love it. When I saw that they were going to release it, I knew I was going to pick up the 170 as well. But it's just, I'm a sucker for classic Cessna. So I'd really like to see them get this all ironed out. For all I know, there's an update already out or announced. But I'm streaming, so I can't look. Well, I could look, but I don't want to take too much attention away from you guys and the. So hopefully they get a couple of issues ironed out. Only a couple of small ones. Nothing totally game breaking. As it hurt. Airfield down there. Yeah. Bastille Day in France tomorrow, July 14th. Nice. Good question. Not sure. I know that Murph posted the midweek shuffle schedule, and I don't remember where he's flying. I've had half a thought to do a bonus stream tomorrow after Murph, but I'm not entirely certain I will. How things go. I may end up with a bit of an early night tonight because I slept very poorly. A little too warm and my liking. Nice. Look at the weather too. It's clearing up a bit. There's a bit more sunshine popping through here and there. So, live weather. Not so bad. So, Goblin, for those of us like me who are in the U.S. and don't know what Bastille Day is, what is Bastille Day? What does it represent or celebrate? Look at the area. Nuts. I think Cessna should develop more tail draggers. I really think they should. Honestly, I think Cessna should develop the 152 like they did with the 170. have a slightly more affordable option than the 170. They tried doing that with the Cessna 162 Skycatcher, and it didn't live up to the name of catching on. I think that Cessna, once they were bought out by Textron, got a little bit too focused on corporate stuff and less on the actual way of flight. Back in the days of this, the early days, we had several different models to choose from. There was more passion about flying. Nowadays, it's all about numbers. The 172 it's a proven design, so it makes perfect sense to develop it. But where's the passion for flight? French. Very cool, Goblin. Very cool. I did not know that, but I do now. And of all, 170. Nice grass field down there. The Scorpio family were in La Boule for a day and eat. Bastille was a prison castle taken by the Roger that. That's cool. I did not know that, so thank you for sharing that, Goblin. I learned something. Able to get plenty better screenshots from YouTube thumbnail than I did for stream schedule. The commandant of the prison had yeah, I can imagine. Not necessarily a good day when you're, under siege and overthrown. I got the Bushmaster. Number of things. Oh, we got a Corsair now too. Nice. That's awesome. Amy in the Corsair. Nice. Vive la France. Becky is 100% correct. French were very important to the success of not only the American Revolution and War of 1812, but also the American Civil War. Yeah, it kind of does, G-Nac. I didn't follow. I went a little. I went on the. I think I went on the other side of this little mountain. Like, I decided. Change it up. Yeah, no, the French and U.S. We've had a bonds on America's exception, really. Kind of like members of two military branches making fun of each other. It's kind of a sibling thing. And somebody else is outside of that, they start making fun of one or the other, and it's like, no, you don't get. Right, Kozaki. What is the Wraith Mind said? Fate would have us meet as foes. This ring would make us brothers. I'm a little more dramatic than the relationship between France and the US, but there's a wonderful quote of Grave Mind of, "I am the monument of all." Halo 2 is so good. This didn't like switching between Chief and Harbor. Lafayette came back in the U.S. after the French Revolution. Awesome reception. Should be getting near our second landing of day. For a moment, I'm going to mute me, hide me, let the music play. All right. We're about to make our landing at Logi. Not to be confused with Murph as Logi. We're going to do a low pass. See if we can get an idea of the wind. Like we might. I'm gonna end up. Fly past, do a 180 and land not directional. One of the first things you always want to do with bush flying is overfly the airfield or strip, wherever it is, depending on length. Ensure that the surface is safe and check for wind, especially if it's uncontrolled. Okay. Fairly calm, but power back up. This direction. Notch of that. Start a casual right. Is it here official with the nav on the left? This is the latest. I'm on the latest patch for the G1 Cessna 140s. So they replaced the G1000 and added in this set of radio. So the G1000 was only available in the very first release version. They've since patched that out, so no more G1000. Oh, please don't hit. Things down in the island. Notch of flaps. That's notch of flops. I like those landing. Place threshold. By low pass from more Amsterdam. Here. Hello, Thunderbus. Duck. Duck. Full day of software development out the. Then. Oh no, Seppi, that's awful. Turn on all your lights. Idle. I'll do that off stream. I want to at least get my flight log now that I'm down safely. My GPS is. I'm gonna have to. Oh, it's kind of off. Off of air. Cut off. Flight logged. So yes, the GPS does turn off. Okay, there's the Thunderbus house. Actually, catch some landing time. Oh, no! No, Kozaki, no! Zero Beer 30 sounds like a good time to... Benefal and Arborchetta in. Red Dragon and Scorpio are in. Like to programs there as well. As far as you... Runway full, stall triple. Got Spitfire now. All the classic. But yeah, just make sure you're clear of the runway. Allow for folks coming in. Oh no! Someone lost it. Aren't they, Seppi? I mean, look at this. Look at this. Just picturesque. What a place to have a fly-in, right? I admit. So one bug with the DC sticks, multiplayer sounds sound nothing like the barely hear at all. Kind of a bummer. Milviz Corsair still has that same issue. Because I don't hear the Corsair and I should, but I hear definitely Spitfire. Rook. 777. Alright, that's innocent. Alright. So what I'm gonna do is cool. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to start the goals. Unhide this. I'm gonna go ahead and restart the flight sim. Start the flight sim. Start flight sim. Load in the next leg of flight. Our final leg of the. So give me but a few moments. Sure, everything's reloaded. But yeah, I will definitely be forwarding link to my stream to Aeroplane Heaven. Just for they can see for themselves the issues that I'm having. And the message thing I've noticed. Record kind of thing. Oh, there's interesting. I'm looking. I had loaded up FSTO on my laptop, and apparently someone released a beta version of a Rafale. Of the TOW Rafale. Shots of the cockpit, so I'm gonna. Doesn't. And it's all in French. I don't. This. Damn. Outside model. runway. Nobody. 20 or 30 years. Oh. Look up something. I don't remember what it was. Cascade Overload is rating with a party of 13. Well, many thanks, dude. Let me, how's your stream, dude? Many thanks for the raid. How's your flight? Where'd you fly? What'd you fly? How'd it go? We're just loading up them again after a small restart. We've been flying in the Alps, Austria. We're on our way to Red Bull Ring. Check that out and make our final landing. Awesome. Awesome to hear Cascade Overload. Circumnavigating the world at the moment with transit. That sounds real exciting. I'm just loading the sim back up and landed in Budapest. Nice. Just like I said, I'm just reloading the sim after our previous landing. Ready for our last. Oscar. Eltvig. Austria would rate a Red Bull. Currently landed at Oscar Golf. I don't think it's that long of a flight down to Eltvig. I enjoyed the flight, but I had to park my plane, so IRL stuff done. Glad to have you along. Like the program. Very glad to see you. Take care and good luck with the IRL. Love you. Make joke. Here all week. Try the Patriots. Very good at making bad jokes. Happy if I get a laugh. Even if I get a groan, I'm loaded up. Then Buzz kills 06 with the foul, mate. Scatter Claws. Cascade Overload with the foul, mate. Shots fired. Don't tell CDL. Don't get me wrong. I love a good dad joke, but they got to be good dad jokes. Awesome saxophone. Oh, heck yeah, dude. I'm all about the community. Now, there are folks that think that, using a tag on Twitch will build a community. I say it's rating people. It's rating the low view. Collaborating. That builds community. I'm all about community. Just as you did. You're back. Show me. Let me use the toolbar. Out of the way. Try this plugin. Got this. Giving this a try because I've not tried it before. Remember as a kid, I got that fire from cabin road work. I approve, Captain. That's what are you doing, Tug? All right, well that's kind of odd. Aeroplane heaven, another bug for you. That was a good one. Alright. Mixture rich, throttle cracked. Master on. Rear prop. So this time we're gonna try not ENS 430 pounds. What happened? I'm like, Texas. That's all. No, not any. Lights on. No. Doesn't do anything. Looks like airlock tach. I'm more disappointed in 140 than the 170. I am to some degree. Just like the V1.1 had a lot fewer bugs than it does with 1.2. Odd. So it's like they tried to rush the hotfix. I still like the 140. Don't get me wrong, but there's definitely some more work that's done. Looks like the foot as nose wheel hand check. Aha! I can that on a bit of a hill. Practice this. Oh, now we got Air Force One. Run a hill. Run a hill. Hey, Air Force One. Gonna round yellow. Air Force One the second. Some of the bugs goes nothing. Yeah, I mean, kind of goes into I'm not hard to please. I'm like stupid easy to please in a lot of ways. So it's like none of the issues are necessarily for me. Game breaking or deal breaking. They're just issues. I just see them as they're a bug and they need to be addressed, and I'm reasonably certain they will be. I still like flying it, and to me that's That's what I want. I want to be able to fly it. The bouncing in the 170 is frustrating, but I can probably pilot skill my way around that, if you know what I mean. Yeah, as long as they address it, I'm fine. If they just leave it broken, that's where I have a problem. Oh, dear. Okay. That's fair. I bounce a lot too. Alright, so we are here. No blade. Not gonna exit because that's. Yeah, we should be good. Here we go, a rolling. Go a rolling. Hey, side to side. Great. Air Force One, no. Auto left rudder. Miles an hour. Up. Dude. You have a good night, Airlock. Thanks for being a part of the stream. We really appreciate it. You have a good night and get some rest. Given terrain, instead of our normal left-hand turn, we're going to do an abbreviated left-hand turn. We're going to do it in phase. We have weather is still breaking up, and that's awesome. Relatively short flight down. You know, those of you in the Corsair and the Thunderbus can just skip over the mountain. I'm in a widow plane. Thunderbus. Runway's just a little short. Oh, there's 3 more DCs on the ground. I shall meet you guys en route. We even had a Longies. Cool. Many of them flying around. Great airplane. This thing's a hot rod. Like, I don't know if the livery issue is with the sim or if it's with the aircraft development. Corsair. Pardon me. Lubricate my throat. Right. Right above me, people. Such a beautiful area of the world. It's crazy. Oh, it's so good. I can only imagine, because it looks good. It looks phenomenal now. Imagine how it's going to look after the Germany, Switzerland, Austria update. Holy cow, that's going to be something. I can only imagine that the folks at like Orbex are going to end up putting out some sort of terrain mesh for Austria. I have their Iceland one. I don't have their New Zealand one. That one was Iceland one's free. That looks great. No. But once, I can only imagine that this area is just going to look even better once the update comes out and once somebody makes updated mesh for it. It's going to be, not that it isn't already. Good announcement. It. It's just incredible. But like I said, I do have a big Europe trip planned. One, maybe two of the legs are going to end up involving the sticks. That'll be fun. But it's going to start in Catalonia, or start in Barcelona. And it's going to visit all the major road courses that are in iRacing or in Europe. So it starts off with Catalonia. It'll then head up to Le Mans. And we'll visit places like Brands Hatch, Netherton, Bolton Park, Silverstone, all those British tracks. Visit those. Fly over to Zandvoort, Zolder, Spa, Nürburgring, Hockenheimring, down to Monza, then to Imola, and then to Red Bull Ring. But I wanted to go to Red Bull Ring, so got the Long Easy in the Thunderbirds colors. But there's a long couple of really long legs, specifically from Catalonia up to Le Mans, and then from Hockenheimring to Monza. There's a significant amount of, we're talking the neighborhood of 300, 400 nautical miles. And not to mention mountains. So, at the DC-6, it's fun to fly. I really enjoy the capability. So, and maybe it could just be for a leg of a stream, or it could just be one stream. I don't know. I still in the planning stages of that particular flight. But really hoping it's going to be interesting, as interesting you all as it will be, because I like visiting racetracks and flights, and I really want, like, Turn 10, your Microsoft Studio, seriously. it makes perfect sense for Turn 10, who already has the license for a lot of the tracks. It makes perfect sense for them to have a team to work with a Sobo to develop racetrack scenery for flights, because it would be so cool to fly over these tracks and they look like real tracks, not just kind of baked in. I think it would be cool. I'm probably in a very small minority think that, but I think it would be awesome. I'm still climbing. Bump. Bump, bump. And that is ready in 2 cats. Look at the valley. Oh, hell. Nice. Fire. Where I'm going. Hi, hey, Dougal, how you doing, dude? Hey, no worries, Dougal. You're never late, and you didn't miss it. Well, you didn't miss all of it. We're just glad to have you here regardless, my friend. Flying here in Austria. We just took off from Logi, or Lieben. We're making our way down to Ludwig. It's amazing, Google. It really is. I was just saying that it's as amazing as it is now. It's going to be mind blowing once the Germany does it. Watch the lightning. Germany, Switzerland, and Austria update. Yeah, it does, Dougal. Same. I mean, when this sim works, it works amazing. Beautiful. When it doesn't want to work, it makes you want to throw the whole computer out the window. It's definitely a love-hate relationship, but and when it looks good, it absolutely great. I can only imagine what this place is like in real life. It has to be stunning. Sonic in the Spearman. Thunder flies up there. The Thunder buses. It'd be buses. Thunder buses. I do believe the plural of buses. Like many much moose. The Lowy a couple times back in the day. Nice. There. Are Swiss planes like Swiss Army knives? They can do knives. They can do different things, like a transformer. Look at that. Oh, HCBR's. He's trying, but he just can't get slow enough. Just can't slow her down enough. I really don't feel like landing face first in the mountain. No, for me, there being thunderstorms in the area, it still looks like. Oh, Thunderbus. Oh, and they're the B-17 livery. Nice. I approve. Went from being Air Force One to a B-17. Oh, watch the mountain, y'all. Downdraft. We're definitely getting bounced around now, folks. Right. By right, I mean left. Scorpio over there. Sonic. That's steerman. There's Buzzkill. Druid. Thunder, Red Dragon. Roger, RC's here. Whoosh, Blamo's still here. Thunderfly's Thunderbus. Definitely getting moved around by these. Got some rain up. Look at that. This shot right here shows such how dynamic the lighting and the weather is. Damn it. Just, oh, it's gorgeous. Hey, Winnicare, how you doing, dude? Heard something about taking a hike. Yeah, we've been taking a little hike here in Austin. It was delivery that showed up in the plane. Motors. Oh. Ah, there's Whoosh, and you definitely have wheels. Sorry, Masonic. Weather's kind of bouncing me around, dude. Look at that. Certainly is, JW. Trying to keep it as straight as possible and not, fly into a mountain. I gotta see the Thunderbuses fly by. Nice. Oh, I love classic planes so much. I'll be flying into LOWI tomorrow as like a nice. It's a lovely approach. Scenery is just incredible. Captain Chris, there's a mountain right there. Where we make a long sweeping right turn. I'm already cutting it a little bit. Definitely see the rain on the windshield. At Red Dragon, right? Maybe going directly over the mountain wasn't the greatest, but it's not the first time I've made bad ideas. Or had bad ideas. Made bad something. Words. Sun's coming out. We had thunderstorms earlier today here where I'm at. Now this is showing. Gotta love the weather. Flying in this lovely section. Do a quick flyover of the Red Bull Ring. And make our final landing. That's probably times. At nav light. The frustration, that was not a no. Sorry to hear that, Kazaki. The ultimate delivery on one. Such a great, it's a love-hate thing. I think that is our airport. Pretty sure it is. So the airport's there. The racetrack's literally right on the other side of this bridge. I think we just have a little bit of rain before we... I don't think it's going to stay this obscured all the way through where we're going. Over here it just looks awful. That's not somewhere I would want to fly right now. Especially in something this small. Oh, they're trying. They're falling out of the sky. Oh no! Steve Solo's going into a flat spin. Oh no! He's no! You can't save it. Steve Solo, no! Underbus down! Underbus down! Mark his location for pickup. HCBR is going in for him. Check on him. Make sure he's okay. And that, kids, what happens when you get into a flat spin. Not good. We're gonna do a wing over. Well, the wings went over and then they went over and over and over and over. Oh, I'm glad I caught that. Oh yeah. Once you get in the wrong kind of stall, you don't recover from that. Wow, look at that. What is weather? Three, throw it. Up. Gilbert. Sure. Really hard to say where the this pause. winds are coming this direction. According to Media Blue, who is the weather provider for Microsoft Flight Simulator. So it looks like this might end up being our approach runway. Unless there are some grass runways. First things first, we've got to fly over racetrack. We're almost over it. Oh, Corsair. I'm really sad that I can't hear that beautiful radial engine like I can hear the rest. So, Red Bull Ring is tucked up in. The nice thing is you can still kind of see where old track was. Actually, we're right here. Red Bull Ring's right here. So, this is the Red Bull Ring that used to be the A1 ring that used to be the ring. So, you got the main stretch, front stretch here. You got turn 1. Goes all the way up. Here's turn 3. Come down here through the S's. You got this turn down here. You got the part here. Goes around here. Down here. Now, sorry, Sonic. So the old course, parts of the old course, you can still kind of see. Like it used to go out more like this down here, to have more of a curve here. And the biggest part that got chopped off was it went around this hill, up and around here, entered back over. Well as this used to be a bit more pronounced out. Or something. They chopped this shorter too. But it's a fun race course. It really has a lot of challenging corners, some good braking zones. So this is a very nice track for passive. I really enjoy racing on it. Of course, a couple weeks ago I did a 90-minute race there, and whew, that was a real challenge. It started during the day. The last 2 laps were basically nighttime. Such a fun racetrack, though. You can see this out here is part of the old track. This is the corner they named after Niki Lauda. So it used to come out there, but they chopped it off when they shortened the circuit. This used to have more of a round end to it, but they kind of again chopped it off of it. Great track, lots of fun to run. Does look like there is grass park. So what we're gonna do? So that was look, winter, spring, winter, spring. Kind of funny how the satellite imagery does that. So we're going to. It's fun. Yep. We're just gonna land on the main runway, but it's gonna be a heck of a crosswind. Lowering power. Flaps out. Underneath Sonic Lake. Those on our rudder. Corsair and a Thunderfly. Don't need to lose a lot of speed this landing because that is a long runway and all plane. Don't need a lot of room to That's trying to keep it as fast as we can, quite honest, because it's a busy airfield. Aircraft, so we're going to down and out of the way. And grabbing or cross off the runway. Touchdown. Traffic. Good. I want to park next. Look at that. So that livery may not be the one he's actually in, but that was painted in honor of Splasher's dad, who was a 17 pilot. Beautifully. Parking set. Strobe off. Off. Out. At that's ending. Hide me. Don't want to watch me. Want to just see the landings. Jackie and the Goose. Red Dragon. We are doing a flyover. Going inverted. Carnival and Scorpio. Roger Arce and Sonic Lake. Warhamster and the Corsair. Cruiser X Cub. Look at, I mean, just like the whole picture. Almost HCR down. Ansel Adams, that's the Adam. Look at that. Look at they don't. MDG needs to work on their exterior audio multi. Yes, that livery's on flightsim.to. I can't break a Grumman. Yeah, Grumman's, there's a reason why they're called the Ironwork. We are... and actually, Dougal, there's one for the Memphis Belle as well. So, photo's gonna look a little chopped on you on the stream, but my screen is wider than the Corsair. Back in line. Oh, at the 170. Oh, kind of phased out. Yeah, it is. At. A little further up. Look at that. That's like a kid in a candy store again. Old planes are where it's at, man. Let me get up close to the white line. Out of the shot. Look at that. So I'll definitely be posting these to the Discords. Post stream. That's so cool. that's insane. But with that, I do thank you. We will be raiding here shortly, hopefully. But we're going to do a raid here shortly. But I do thank everybody for the follows and resubscriptions, for chatting in the chat, for flying along, for just lurking. That I appreciate all the make this worthwhile and make me feel a whole lot less lonely doing this, talking. So thank you all for coming along. Until next time, good to each other. Safe out there.